Listen, in the olden days, when men had courage and greatness, old King Hrothgar of the Ringdanes built for himself a great gold-covered hall, of whose splendors men would always speak. It was bigger than any hall men had ever seen, and was meant to be a wonder to the world forever.
The fortunes of war have favored me. I have drawn many warriors to my tribe. Now we will feast here day after day in this greatest of mead halls. Behold Heorot.
Some said that the king named it Heorot, or the Heart, because of the many antlers that hung in the hall. Others said that it was for the massive horn-like gables that resembled those of a stag.
In this hall, all my warriors are welcome. Its powerful walls will offer you protection from all things that prowl the night. You need never fear again.
In his golden hall, Hrothgar sat on his throne and doled out rings to his loyal warriors, sharing all the good things God had given him. So he and his band of brave warriors lived together in peace and joy. Every day in the hall, the harp was struck, and the skilled poet sang songs of God's creation of the world. And these sounds carried far. They reached the ears of a powerful demon, a wicked monster named Grendel, who lurked in darkness. From his den, he heard their feasting up in Heorot, and it tormented him to hear them sing of safety and the power of God. Every note and every word was like a wound in Grendel's mind.
Born from a brood of cursed creatures, Grendel was a fiend out of hell, a beast too evil to describe, who haunted the moors near Heorot.
My brothers are ogres, giants, and evil spirits. We are all the descendants of Cain, the one whom God Almighty turned into an outcast. Our forefather dared murder his brother, and we, his children, delight in murder as well. It is time for a new song to be heard in Hrothgar's hall, woe and wailing.
When the sun was sunken, Grendel set out to visit the lofty hall. After the feasting was done, and the Ringdanes slept in the hall, the monster found the many noble warriors reposing, dreaming deeply from too much ale.
Grendel, greedy and gluttonous, went into his work at once.
Frantically forced from their slumbers, 30 men were snatched up. The powerful arms of the monster dragged his victims from the hall and devoured them.
There will be a new song in Heorot now.
Grendel, patting his stomach, returned, leaping and laughing, to his lair. In the dawning light, Grendel's deeds were revealed to the warriors of Heorot.
30 brave warriors are missing. Where have they gone?
A trail of gore was discovered outside the hall, leading towards Grendel's lair. A cry of agony went up, a moan uplifted when they saw this.
It must be that accursed fiend Grendel. It is said that he prowls the marshes.
Then our comrades are lost for sure. What shall we do, our king?
King Hrothgar only stared at Grendel's trail in deep distress. His sorrow was too crushing for him to speak.
Perhaps this demon has had his fill and will not trouble us again.
Greedy Grendel did not even give them one night of rest. The next night, in deep darkness, he struck again with more gruesome murders.
Now, Hrothgar's happy hall will be filled with nothing but mourning.
From that time on, many of Hrothgar's warriors no longer dared to sleep in their master's home. Instead, they fled to the outlying huts of the village, avoiding all contact with the Golden Hall, which had once offered them safety.
So Grendel, that hell whisperer, ruled in defiance of right, and the greatest hall in the world stood empty and deserted. None could do battle with the monster. He was too strong, too horrible for anyone to conquer. For 12 winters, seasons of woe, Grendel plagued Hrothgar. Like a dark shadow of death, Grendel lay in wait for the king's men on the misty moors. At night, the monster polluted the hall, polluting that place with his unholy presence. But there was one thing within he could not touch, and that was the king's sacred throne, for it had been blessed by God.